to the stand-up show. Of course, we give it a scoop, 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 scoop.
Stand-up show. Stand-up show. Stand-up show. Stand-up show.
Scoop, scoop, scoop.
Jessi from the Tab Up Show, and of course I'm fighting for fashion. I'm sure this Empress is fighting for fashion.
Alright guys, welcome to the Stand Up Show. I'm your boy Jessi, and of course chilling here with, of course, all my friends, and no other than my friend to the end, I guess. Mr. Stevey Newnez is joining me today. Give it up for my friend.
What's going on? Wait a second. Let's take this back. Everybody has to clap. You forgot. Where's the cue? Where's the cue? Where's the cue? Where's the cue? No, guys. I know, right? Like, I'm so happy to be here today. We're here at the Cloud in 40 Maple Avenue, right here in Hartford.
40 or 10?
10.
Is it 10?
It's 10 Maple Avenue.
10. I'm thinking about my age in 10 years. But it's so amazing to always come back. It's been a year.
Yes.
Since I made the announcement that I was going to be on Hot 937.
Yes, it's 1 year anniversary.
It's my 1 year anniversry.
Well, happy birthday.
Well, my birthday is May 21st, Biggie's birthday, so you already know how that goes.
Cool. Alright guys, well, we're going to some chat scoop, and of course we're going to talk about, well, they call him Madman, but I don't know if he's mad, but his name is Kanye West, Kim's sister. Okay.
I don't know, he's a madman, but he's a genius. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's married to a Kardashian, so he's an attention whore, should I say, at least excuse my French. But I feel like he created a buzz, and now everyone is now on Kanye. So it's
what is the buzz? Because he said that we chose slavery.
Oh, about the slavery.
Yes.
Well, my people were enslaved, so I'm not going to talk about that. I don't want none of my followers coming. No, I'm lying. I'm Dominican, so actually there was slaves. There wasn't just slaves in the United States. There were slaves all over, Dominican Republic, everywhere. I just think that Kanye is doing what Kim Kardashian does, except she does it without clothes. He does it with his mouth. So,
but wait, what you mean by that?
Well, he's basically doing, he's getting all the attention, right?
Right.
Now his sales, because everyone wants to know what every lyric to his song is. So like, you never know what comes out of his man's mouth. Like I'm telling you, when I watched him at MTV and he did that whole speech, I was like walking on eggshells. I was like, what is this man gonna say?
All right, so he's friends with Jay-Z, of course, and that's Beyonce's husband. And she slayed Coachella, right? Mm-hmm. So he hasn't said anything about her, anything about the show. Was he even there? I know he was running the treadmill.
It doesn't really matter what Kanye says if he even mentions Beyonce, because Beyonce is Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? Beyonce don't even like Kim Kardashian. Let's talk about that. She doesn't associate herself with them.
Right, because they're team.
Jay-Z and Kanye are always battling, like they're friends, but they're really not. It's all business. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But I think with the whole slavery thing, touching on that, it's like, what could you say? He's Trump's friend, you know, like they both say
Your president.
They both say whatever. Who's president? Obama's my president. Is Obama your president? Because Obama's my president. No, but Jessi, like seriously, like this man is a genius, and it's like you cannot. I mean, it's kind of like I have a radio. You know, my co-host Nancy. She says it's hard to separate the artist, the music from the persona.
Right.
You know?
Right. It is.
But quiet on the set. Like seriously. All right. So no, like. You know, it's hard to separate the man from the music. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like
he's a man before.
It's an undeniable talent. Like his talent is amazing, but who he is as a person is kind of like R. Kelly. Like R. Kelly is a, you know,
pedophile. Let's keep it rolling. well, yeah, he's still making music. People still buy his stuff. So I just want to touch on the fact that Connecticut is going on with all the things. We have amazing things happening out here, right? So let's talk about what you have been working on for the past few weeks, months,
well,
and a year.
I've been working on this for a couple years. So when I used to work at Kiss 95.7, I had my own extension, right? So I kind of stole this woman from them.
Now.
No extension. No. So I stole this woman from them. She called and she was like, "I'm looking for a boy band. I used to manage the Backstreet Boys, and while she's talking, I'm like, you're talking, and I'm Googling her, and I'm like, yo, she really does exist, like. And so she used to manage the Backstreet Boys, and then the Backstreet Boys got to Hollywood, and they always do that like holiday special at Magic Kingdom, and they never showed up. So then she brought them in sync. So she discovered in sync. Nice. So now she's looking for the next. Well, she's discovered. Then after that she went on to manage Christina Aguilera, and actually 50 Cent begged Donna Wright to manage her. She'll tell you all these stories. She got a lot of stories. Well. But they're looking for the next big thing, and actually it's coming out of this area, Connecticut and Rhode Island. So I'm happy to be a part of it.
Oh, nice. Well, we're going to talk a lot more about that and what's happening around in our community. You're watching Chat Up Show. We'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Destiny King. I am a member of the Hartford Communities That Care Youth Leadership Academy in the Young, Educated, and Determined to Succeed program. Over the past 27 weeks, I have been examining the intersections between education, poverty, violence, and trauma to develop policy and program recommendations. I served on the poverty work group, and the following is our recommendations. Organize resources to support entrepreneurs, expand efforts to provide highly qualified mentors for teens, to place priority on investments in affordable, high-quality childcare and early education, focus on giving people the tools to start new enterprises that will improve their circumstances and spur economic growth, as well as removing barriers to small business growth. Repair and strengthen the safety net to make sure there are safeguards in place that apply equally to all people. Reduce the large gaps between the very rich and the rest of society and make it easier for people to get into the middle class. Also, to address the gaps that persist for African Americans in educational attainment, employment, wages and income, family wealth and home ownership, health and infant mortality, and incarceration. Thank you for your time, and I hope you can support our recommendations.
Back, of course, with Chat Up Show, sitting next to us on the couch. Well, on the, I don't know, the ottoman something. I don't know what it's called, but it's a beautiful princess, Cynthia. What's going on?
Hi, just here hanging out with the Chat Up Show.
All right. So what she's about to talk about, what she's currently doing in this community, of course. She's a part of a brand called Sappho Clothing. Sappho Clothing. Okay, tell us more about Sappho Clothing.
So Sappho Clothing it's a brand inspired by love for the LGBTQ plus community and their allies. It was thought about in 2008, but it launched in 2013. And since then, we've just been.
So what inspired this clothing line?
It was inspired by love. It's actually a pretty deep love story.
Tell us a little bit about that story.
So just to make it clear, I serve as the company's public relations and communications person.
Right.
So the story sounds so much better when the founder says it, I'll promise you. But I'll say a glimpse of it. So he was in love with a young lady. They were in a relationship for 10 years. And she decided that she was in love with another woman somewhere along the line, and she expressed this to him. And instead of retaliating against the community, he decided to research more lesbian culture and just the overall LGBTQ plus community. And that's when he stumbled upon a book called Sappho. Have you ever heard about Sappho?
No.
So this
is it from Europe? The Europe side of the world?
It's Greek, off a Greek island. This is going to blow everybody's mind right now. So the term lesbian actually derives from the Sappho, from the Lesbo island. It's an actual Greek island.
Oh, really?
And this individual, Sappho, lived there back in 630 BC.
Nice.
And she was a powerful woman. So because she stood, gets deep when you talk about history. Because if you think about it, in the political climate and everything that goes on with the gay community and just, the continuous fight for equality, this, community of people like us have been around for as long as humanity has existed. We're talking about the 630 BC.
Right.
So long story short, Sappho inspired him. She was a woman who stood for what she believed. She had a school of etiquette. She wrote poetry. And a lot of kings and queens from that time would send their daughters there for etiquette school, but they would end up falling in love with her. So that's where the term lesbian derived from that island and the story of Sappho. So that's a little history. I'll drop
Historian
it.
here.
Little history. But moving on then, because he learned so much, he's like, well, let me... he's a businessman, has a very keen business mentality and vision, so he decided to create the brand. And he called it Sappho. It has a ring to it. It's one word. And
the
then
logo
the
is a
logo
turtle.
is a turtle.
Right.
And it's because she loved turtles.
I
So
just
the
wanted to know,
turtle
okay.
has the pride flag.
Nice.
So everything about the brand symbolizes something, and it has very deep meaning.
Oh, nice. So where can people get this clothing?
So we're on IG, Sappho Pride, and also on Facebook, Sappho Pride as well. And we have a website, sappoclothing.com.
All right, so if you want any styling, just reach out to Cynthia. She gets you all going with that. And of course, guys, we'll be right back. You're watching more Chat Up Show.
Hello, I'm J. Stan McCauley, and I'm exploring a run for mayor of the city of Hartford in the 2019 election. It's undeniable that Hartford has many challenges. However, I believe that our residents are our strength. The question is, do you believe, like I do, in the potential of Hartford? You see the many assets the city has, but do you wonder, as I do, why we are still struggling to move ahead? Do you wonder why the solutions being offered to us just don't seem to get the job done? Well, creating a vibrant city begins with you. We have incredible people who live in the city, who have great solutions to Hartford's biggest challenges. But you don't always have a platform to have your ideas heard, let alone given an opportunity to co-create solutions that work for you, that work for us, that work for Hartford. Hartford's journey will be bumpy, and we'll continue to face highs and lows that challenge us to work smarter and come together as a community that is willing to capitalize on the power of our collective diversity of thought. The challenges facing Hartford will require each of us to act, whether in small ways or big ones. If you're with us on this journey, give me a call at 860-944-9797 and host a listening event for me. Invite a few of your friends so we can explore the possibilities together for a better Hartford.
What's going on? Oh, baby. What's really going on?
All right, guys, welcome back to the Chat Up Show. And of course, we're going to bring into the mix, of course, the man
Most
himself.
anticipated. This is the moment that we all been waiting for. Sorry, Jessi, I just gotta take over now. This is the moment that we all been dreading and waiting for. After blood, sweat, and tears, we finally got the group together, guys. So we have Donna Wright, which I was talking about earlier on the show, and we have Jeff George. We've been on a journey.
Yes, we
Jessi, we've been on a journey.
Okay.
I mean, I've been through like
How many people?
so many artists, and look at them, they're right behind us. You get to see it first, but first, let's talk to Donna Wright. Donna, give us a history about Wright Stuff Management. So,
Well, we started in 1993, and I was asked to go look at the Backstreet Boys. They were with Lou Pearlman, and I saw them on video, and I got the chills all over the place. I said, oh my God, I gotta get involved in this. Right. And never did anything like it before, and I just jumped into the marketing and started marketing them and talking to everybody, and before I knew it, they were just getting huge, and we went from the United States touring high schools and elementary schools, and then we ended up in Germany, and they're very boy crazy over there, and it blew up. And I was told Jive Records said stay in England for 3 months. We did. We did every show you can imagine. Crazy, the BBC over there, they're all those funny shows, and went from England to Canada and right down back into the United States. And
Wow, it was a journey for you,
the journey
right?
was a long journey.
And then, so how did NSYNC come about? How did that start?
Lou was actually putting the NSYNC together, and the Backstreet Boys were asked to do the Disney special, and they said no. And the girl was going to get fired from Disney, and I said, well, I have another boy group if you'd like to put them in, and NSYNC ended up doing the Disney special, and they blew up immediately. That was big.
So
history,
basically,
yeah.
like the Backstreet Boys dropped the ball, and then NSYNC just picked up the torch and just went
because
with
they
it.
were known in Germany, and then they went to the United States.
And then how did Pink come about? I keep name dropping. Because I said Christina Aguilera earlier. I don't know why, because maybe she just saw a Kanye.
Well, a friend of mine, Mookie, he's a producer, Mookie, and he was part of the band with Backstreet. And he actually told Pink she was looking for a manager, and he said, you need to call Donna Wright. And she did. I flew out to Philly, and she ended up, the end of the dinner, she said, you're going to manage me? And I said, yes. And she did backflips all the way down the restaurant. Wow. And that was history.
I mean, she's amazing, though.
Yeah.
She's an amazing girl.
She was writing all her own music. I'll never forget, we were on a radio tour, and she lost her book with all her writings of her music in it. It was devastating.
So
But
what caused you to continue to just go for groups? Is it that you like unison, or what, you don't like
I
solo
love that
stuff?
harmony sound. You know?
That's what it is.
And I do.
And so, could never leave Jeff George out, Luxury Laces. So me and Jeff been working together since the Jersey Shore days. I used to always be at the Jersey Shore with Emilio and Snooki and Tina and all of these.
ex-boyfriend.
Yes, and so I then met Jeff, and it's crazy because Jeff it was like heaven sent, you know, because now I got all this jewelry. But like,
I'll tell him.
so tell him.
Where's my jewelry?
You're not wearing it. I gave it to her last time. But I made all the jewelry for the Jersey Shore cast, and I grew up in Johnston, Rhode Island, well, Cranston, but Johnston with Paulie D. That's where he was from. And we used to hang out together, and he was DJing locally and at home. He made it on the show. And after that, I really brought my company worldwide and produced products for not only that show, but many hip-hop artists. And I developed sneakers with custom shoelaces, diamond laces. And I ran with that for many years. And Stevey, in the meantime, had helped me get many photos and opportunities with many artists. We would just walk into like BET, 106 in Park, you know, no line. We walk right in, meet anyone we want, Bow Wow, whoever. Bob, remember the day we met Bobby Shmurda? It was like, just because I love him, and that was just one of the best days. We met everyone, but that day was great.
Right.
We met Deborah Lee from,
Deborah Lee is a
the
good
president of
friend
BET.
Yes.
That was awesome.
So, you know, Stevey came to me and said he was thinking about this boy band idea, and he was ready to put it together with Donna. So I came down to Connecticut. We did a few talent shows, found a few people. We tried to put many people together. At first it didn't mend, but we did have some good talent from Connecticut, which we wanted to use. I am from Rhode Island, so I went to the New England area to look for talent, and it so happened I found, you know, one rapper and two singers from my hometown, and they didn't even know each other really, and then when I put them together, they just really connected. Right. And then I got those three, and I got the two best from Connecticut, and Despina and Suge. And Suge is from New Britain, locally. And we put them all together, and then we still didn't know, you know, until they made their first song, and you're gonna hear it tonight, but their first song was made, and it was perfect. The group really was really great.
It needed a girl.
Yes, needed a girl this time. It's 2018. We didn't want to duplicate what the Backstreet Boys were.
I didn't want that again.
No.
I wanted something different that's not out there.
Right.
Like, it's been a while. So I think.
All right. So
Introduce
we're
yourself.
gonna have each of the guys introduce themselves. Well, actually, in girl, introduce themselves. So they have a mic. Go ahead.
I'm Vegas. I'm from Cranston, Rhode Island. Jeff, and rapping was just something I wanted to do since I was like a young kid, like really early age. And I met him, then we put together this group, and just like from the first song, I knew it was gonna be something great. It was just gonna be something really powerful.
How you doing? I'm Suge. I'm just yeah, that's the slogan. Yeah, I'm one of the singers in the group. I knew Stevey for a long time. This opportunity actually came up September 22nd. We had a talent search. A whole lot of people came. So I was one of the people selected of the group. And once he showed me this opportunity, I had to go for it. And I'm happy where it's become now, and I'm glad to see where it's going to become later.
Hey, what's up? I'm Jake Lawson. Me and my brother are in the group. That's Zach. And we are brothers from Cranston, Rhode Island. We heard that Jeff was looking for some young talent in the area, and I'm the youngest in the group. I'm only 17. But I'm producing all the music for the group, and everybody's writing their own stuff. And I really see a really big future for this group, and it's a great thing to be a part of.
Hi, I'm Despina Drugas. I'm from New Fairfield, Connecticut, and Stevey discovered me on September 22nd, as well as Suge on that day. And 22 is my favorite number, and it's my lucky number. So I think we're going to go for the long run, for sure.
My name is Zach. I'm the oldest of the two Lawson brothers. My brother Jake with the blonde hair. And one day I got a text. Someone said, "Hey, I love your music. Come play it for me." And I was just like, okay. I mean, like, I'll play my music for anyone. That's the most important thing here. So we played it. We got some more connects. Met up with Stevey, Donna, Jeff, and now we're here. And we're looking forward to good things coming after this, honestly.
All right. Well, that was good.
Sing though?
Wait. We're gonna hear it. We're gonna hear it. So we want to get the name of the group. Tell us more about the group and what's the name of the group itself.
Well, the group name is 27th Street.
27th Street?
27th Street, yeah.
Okay.
And we came up with that name because 27 is really just like a powerful number, because 2 plus 7 is 9, and that's the last number in numerology. So I asked if it was a good name. I asked Jeff, and everybody agreed on it. It just clicked, like 27th Street. And we didn't want to sound too much of like something like that happened back in the day, like New Kids on the Block, New Kids on the Block, Backstreet Boys. So we did 27th Street, and yeah, it's gonna be big. It's gonna be a big name.
Well, there we have it, guys. We're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we're just gonna hear them do some harmony, because Donna says she loves harmony. So let's hear about that. All right, guys, we'll be right back. We're in the Shop.
Hi, my name is Tyrick Marquez. I am a member of Hartford Communities That Care Youth Leadership. For the past 27 weeks, we have been examining the intersection between education, poverty, violence, and trauma in Hartford. I have learned a great deal based on research we have done, but I would like to tell a personal story. On August 27th, 2008, I attended a parade in the north end of Hartford when bullets began to fly and one person was killed. 6 people were injured, including myself. I was 7 years old and I was shot in my head, leaving me with partial paralysis, something I still live with every day. I struggle, but I overcome, and I am no different from any other teenage boy. This is why I do things in my community, such as awareness events with my mom and the Victims Against Violence group. I also do things with HCTC because we want to see change. Thank you for taking the time to hear my story.
Take it all, but you never feel
What you don't understand is I'd catch a grenade for ya. Throw my hand on the blade for ya. I'd jump in front of a train for ya. You know I'd do anything for ya. Oh, I would go through all this pain. Take a bullet straight through my brain. Yes, I would die for you, baby, but you won't do the same.
Hello, my name is Damari Barnes and I am a member of Hartford Communities That Care Youth Leadership Academy and a member of the Education Work Group. For the past 27 weeks, we have been examining the intersections between education, poverty, violence, and trauma, and to develop the following policy and program recommendations. 1. Address the lack of funding that results in limited academic offerings such as AP classes and college courses taken while in high school. 2. Correct the shortage of extracurricular and sports opportunities and repair and maintain facilities so they send the right message to children about the importance of education. 3. Recruit teachers of color and teach the history of institutional racism. 4. Support bullying, prevention, and trauma support programs. 5. Stop the closing of schools and libraries. Thank you for your time, and I hope you can support our recommendations.
I want to thank Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York, and everyone for coming out this evening. We got Donna Wright and Wright Stuff Management in the building. Could we get a round of applause for Donna Wright, the legendary Donna Wright? We got Jeff George from Luxury Laces and now Wright Stuff Management in the building. All right, welcome to the 27th Street listening party. We're going to start with this first track. This is one of my favorite tracks. This is like a Stevey favorite right here. They go by the name, what they go by the name of? 27th Street. Give it up for Too Good For Me.
You're the thing I know I've been missing you. I've been missing you. Hit my phone, you know I get excited. Can't say no even when you're not invited. Please don't call me because I don't wanna fall in love again. I don't wanna lead you on again. Maybe we'll be better off as friends. We both know you're way too good for me. Too good for me. Too good for me, yeah. For me, yeah. Too good for me. Too good for me, yeah. For me, hit my phone if you wanna be my baby. Call my heart, can you tell them that you're safe? I like it when you love me, and no one is above me. Been 2 years since I had my arm around you. Face my fears the very moment that I found you. I hate it when you leave me. Whoever said that love is gonna be easy. So wanna leave. Can't you see it, can't you see it, can't you see it? Let it be, let it be, let it be. Tell me, baby, won't you try? It could be just you and I would give you more than time. I don't wanna fall in love again. I don't wanna lead you on again. Maybe we'll be better off as friends. We both know you're way too good for me. Too good for me. Too good for me, yeah. For me, yeah. Too good for What's your fault life? Because I know you're way too good for me. Too good for me. Too good for me, for me, for me, yeah. For me, for me, for me, yeah. Too good for me. Too good for me, for me, for me, yeah. For me, for me, for me.
Now, some insurance companies brag that they could be on the scene of the accident right after it happens. Whose interest do they have in mind? Yours? I don't think so. You may be one paycheck between you and the street. You have 3 children, work in another town. You need that car and you need it fast. If you have an accident, call me. Attorney Jeffrey Dressler, 24/7, 1122.
Welcome back to the Chat It Up Show. You heard it there. You were testing me, right? You were testing me. You thought that they were good, right?
I was.
I'm telling you,
They were
right out of
amazing.
this area, Jesse. Right out of this, and on your show first. You got it first.
Well, all right. I
Do you feel
I like
privileged
that.
or what? Do you feel
I
privileged?
feel like the boss right now. It was good though, but the harmony was amazing. The guys, I can definitely see a future with them for sure.
Yes, there is a future, and we're gonna be, pitching them to many labels. There's a couple labels that are already on them. It's gonna be a great journey. So Connecticut may not be seeing me like that anymore, but that's what I got Jeff for. Because if I'm not on the Hot Morning Show,
We're gonna be in the Hollywood Hills.
But Jesse's really happening, and the thing is, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know, and it's about having that that engine behind you, and that's what I have with Wright Stuff Management, and I'm really excited to see where we're going.
And that's a good thing that that organization is doing to find talent and make sure that people see that they're worth it. All right, but we also have another talented man who is going for the mayor of Hartford, Connecticut as well.
Do you know him?
I actually do know him.
I actually know him personally. No, actually I do. Doesn't he own this network?
Well, so
I want to know him too.
So I should. So J. McCauley is exploring run for mayor of Hartford, Connecticut. So you should make sure you check him out on Facebook, Instagram, and accesstv.org as well. Okay, so Stevey's from Bristol, Connecticut, but he lives in Hartford every day.
Don't say that from Bristol, because there's a lot of people here from New Britain that are probably watching.
I know,
Britain.
he's also
I'm originally from New Britain,
represents
Connecticut.
in New Britain.
So what's the question?
So what do you have to offer here in Hartford? What you can tell the people to move from New Britain to come vote for Stevey?
Well, when it comes to 2019 and when
before you have to move before that.
Oh, I will move here to vote. Listen, he will always get my vote, because when you think of a great leader, you think of someone that could really take this to the next level. And when you think of that person, I definitely not just saying that because I'm on his network, but honestly, this man has worked with me one-on-one, and he has really, actually, I'm here because of this. He has filmed me, he has put me all over, and then Hot 937 grabbed me, you know what I'm saying? So this man is really, he just doesn't look out for himself, and he's a man of faith, which is really neat.
This guy, he's gonna be the mayor?
Who?
I'll tell you what, I'm moving out of Rhode Island. I'll tell you what, I'm moving to Hartford. I want a mayor. What's his name?
He's cut off.
Mr. McCauley. I want Mayor McCauley. I want to live where he's mayor, okay? I want a guy who owns radio networks and does TV shows.
Right.
I want to live somewhere like that,
That's exactly
so
what
I'll
we
probably
need.
move out here soon.
You'll be
Sounds like we're neighbors.
Okay,
yeah.
so he definitely got my vote.
All right, well, there you go. You have all our vote, guys. All right, so guys, it was an amazing show today. We want to thank all our guests. I mean, I don't know all their names, but of course,
27th Street. I'll give it up. It's 27th.
Say it one more time. Say one more time. Everybody say quick.
All in
left to right.
All in sync.
Zach.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. No.
Say the name.
What
One
did you say
time.
the name?
Zach, Despina,
Jeff, why you always trying to take over?
And bang me.
All right, that's fine, guys. I just want to thank Cynthia for chatting with us, and of course Donna Wright, of course, chilling with us. But as always, because she is us on a different level, guys. But as always, where do I get all my friends from?
All over the world.
Wanna be with you for life because we both know you're way too good for me. Too good for me.